Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. Your questions, your heroes.
Welcome to the Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. And yes, it is yet another opportunity for us to continue the rugby conversation. We saw the second round of Super Rugby Unlocked this past weekend. And one has to admit that there's one team that is sitting at the top of the log, and that's most certainly the Toyota Cheetahs, playing with a new sense of confidence and most importantly, proving to South Africans that they definitely deserve to play some international rugby. But joining me is a Toyota Cheetahs player. His name is Tian Schoeman. Tian, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. I think the mood in the Cheetahs camp must be absolutely fantastic. You guys at the moment are currently sitting on 2-2, and there's a new vibe and a new excitement in the Toyota Cheetahs camp. How are the players feeling?
Yeah, like you say, it's we're really excited at the moment. It's 2 out of 2, like you said, and we're feeling good. We're feeling we've got a real good chance of winning, firstly, the Super Rugby Unlocked, and then going on and defending our Currie Cup. So, no, we're really, excited to play against the full strength of South African rugby.
Definitely. You talk about the full strength, and when you look back at the game on Friday evening, unfortunately, you guys had to play most of the game without your captain and somebody who has been a stalwart for the Toyota Cheetahs team, that being Ron Pienaar, going down there with an MCL injury quite early in the game. What impact did that have on the squad as a whole?
No, obviously Ron has a big part to play in the team and for Cheetahs rugby at the moment. So it's a big loss for us, but obviously we have good players also in the scrum of position, where Tian Meyer has played numerous caps for Cheetahs rugby, and Ruben de Haas, who's an international, who also comes in. So I think Ruan is going to be a big loss, and we hope to see him back soon. But I think the guy stepping into his shoes can do the job for us.
Definitely. You talk about guys stepping into his shoes. A good player who actually took up the armband after Ron Pienaar was taken off was Junior Pokomela as the on-field captain, and as well as other players around him that supported him throughout the game and ensured that you guys take the victory. I'm talking about a player like Roscoe Speckman, a player like Frans Steyn. How important have these players been in terms of supporting Junior Pokomela in that role, and also ensuring that there's no sense of instability throughout the team? Because if a captain goes out, sometimes you're a little bit concerned, but the way that you guys managed the game was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. But I have to say, I think a big plus point for the Cheetahs is we don't just go on one captain, one who decides everything. So the big thing at the moment at the Cheetahs is there's a lot of leaders and a lot of guys who has really good experience and can step up as a leader. So even when Ron was playing and stuff, Junior would consult with Ruan, and also like players like Walt and Frans Steyn and Roscoe and Clayton Blommetjies. They all will chip in and will make a unified decision. And it's not just Ruan taking the decisions. It's basically the team leadership. So now that Ruan's gone, it's like losing the president, but the vice president's still there, and the support structure is still there. So Junior is now acting president, or he's stepping into the captain role, but he still has his support from the backs and the forwards to help him make the right decisions.
One massive talking point looking at this new rugby season for the Toyota Cheetahs was definitely the inclusion of Frans Steyn coming in from international rugby, coming in to play some local rugby right here in the Free State. But the one thing that sometimes people forget is the leadership group, as you now mentioned, that there are players around him. The Cheetahs are playing with a phenomenal sense of confidence. I mean, the way in which you guys are able to make the right decisions at the right time, the way in which your forward pack, led by Carl Wagner there, a man who's performing quite well, a man like Roscoe Speckman at the back who's coming in to also provide a new sense of experience, he having played at the Bulls and now coming into the Cheetahs. The balance between the youth and the experienced lads, how are you guys finding that? Because in terms of the play on the field, you guys are looking phenomenal.
Thanks. It's nice to hear, but I just want to say first that the Currie Cup isn't won in the second week, so the main focus for us is just preparing for the next week. We're not thinking ahead. We're not thinking about the cups or anything. It's just this weekend we need to do what we need to do, and then also to answer your question is. It's difficult for me to explain this because I've been so used to this. It's almost become second nature. But Frans Steyn is really, how can I say this? As a presence on the field. When he's on the field, he's got that vibe of, they're not gonna give anything to you that you want. You'll have to take it. And I think that's really something he brought to the Cheetahs as well. Is when the Bulls aren't giving you a win, they're not giving you points. So the Lions, the Sharks, the Western Province, even the Griquas and the Pumas are not going to just give you anything. If you want something, you have to work for it. You've got to be better, and you have to take it then. So that's something we all learned from Frans Steyn.
You talk about taking victories, and we are looking now at the third round of Super Rugby Unlocked that will be coming up this current weekend. And you guys will be traveling away for the first time this season, traveling to Johannesburg to take on the Lions. What can we expect from the Cheetahs? Is there anything that you guys would like to polish or to just get a little bit better at, as you guys have now performed in 2 games? And maybe there's something that you guys want to make a little bit tighter for the rest of the competition.
Yeah, so I think this weekend you can probably expect a little bit more running rugby. I think the Bulls did well on the weekend before in containing the Cheetah rugby because they kicked a lot and the defense were really good. But the Lions, as we know, is also a play group. They like to have the ball in hand. They like to play with the ball. They run from everywhere. They like cross kicks and chippies and quick restarts and stuff like that. What the Cheetahs also like. So I think it's going to be entertaining rugby. We like to see a little bit more ball and play, less lineouts, less scrums, a little bit more rugby, if you understand what I'm saying. So really excited for this weekend, and it's going to be a good fitness test.
There has been somewhat of a sense of uncertainty during the lockdown period, and then SA Rugby made the decision that they made, and that we all know what the verdict was in terms of that decision. There's been a sense of unhappiness, a sense of sadness with regards to the Cheetah supporters, and looking forward as to what is the future of the Toyota Cheetahs rugby and the brand of rugby that we have seen for the Toyota Cheetahs. Is there any particular message that you would like to send to the fans as a player as well as a representative from the Cheetahs?
Yeah, so at the moment it's really difficult because we're not knowing what's going to happen after this tournament. We're not sure if we're going to be in an international competition anymore or what's happening. So at the moment, like I said, we're just focusing on the weekend ahead and doing the most part is the Cheetah players are only controlling what they can control. We can't control SA Rugby's decision. We can't control what's going to happen next year at the moment. We just have to control what we have. And so our thing at the moment is we want to play exciting, new, try-scoring rugby. And that's what we're looking forward to. And we're going to stay that way. We're not going to start kicking. And we're going to play exciting rugby. We're going to score tries. And you can expect that for the rest of the season, actually.
Absolutely beautiful. And the one thing that I can tell you is that we as Cheetah supporters would love to see that brand of rugby. And of course, we would love to see you guys lift both trophies, that being the Super Rugby Unlocked trophy and defending the Currie Cup, which is most certainly important to the Free State as well. Tian Schoeman, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me right here on the touchdown. We wish you luck on Saturday, and most importantly, continue to do well and carry that Cheetahs team and the Cheetahs jersey with pride. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it.
Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. OFM Sport. The personalities behind the plays.